You're a screw top, honey. I love how you can see the microphone. I'm on a little bit of a red wine bottle.
What? What do you mean?
I feel like I need to explain why I'm wearing full-on pajamas and why you are dressed like a professional woman.
Like? Bitch, I am.
Dressed as a professional woman. So I texted you today.
It's dry. You did.
And I was like, let's wear pajamas.
I got the memo. I ignored the memo.
Assignment received, understood, and directly denied.
And just blatantly ignored. Well, because I was like, and she was like, you do you, bro. And I was like, I'm a piece of paper, yo.
I'm a blank slate.
I'm a blank slate because I'm head empty, no thoughts, just thought. Like, it's literally it.
But I wanted to do pajamas because I was trying to choose what to wear, and I was like, I don't know who I want to be. What do I want to look like? Good lord,
Two
woman.
shots of vodka.
It's like half a bottle of wine. You didn't come here to play, you came here to win.
Aries.
I was trying to choose what to wear. Go to the laundry basket. I just did laundry. I'm digging through, and I see my freaking mistletoe jammy jam pants from Christmas, and I was like, that's the vibe. Cozy, comfy, settling in.
Because she has
chilling,
intuition.
Straight hanging.
Like, you look at something and you're like, I know that's what I want. But then you're like, you do you, bro. And I'm over here like, I know it's gonna... Mom's basement. I know it's gonna be at my place. I bitch very know that none of my clothes match this.
Okay, I told you I want the podcast to be authentic.
Yeah.
And I want people to feel like they can show up as their most authentic self.
Yeah.
And you did you.
They're always just like, I have ADHD, so I forgot what I was gonna say. Now I'm joking. Because I go on a tangent so far away from what I'm actually getting into.
Should we dive into the topic that we were actually going to talk about? I'm going to let you,
not die.
Yeah.
So my spiritual awakening was very interesting. I had sex in the astral realm in the ass. Oh my god. It was all troll.
We've been over this. It's called the sphincter.
It's called Uranus in Pisces. It is funny because it's funny. I did not go on this journey, the spiritual journey, because I had to go through the shit that I couldn't explain in order for me to be like, all right, there's something out there.
Yeah.
Because if I was just like, oh, this is all science, blah, blah, blah. However, science played a big part in it because I could not have the fearlessness to move forward unless I was proving my experiences with facts. Because I had to have a new way of understanding fucking reality. So roughly, I kind of throw this into my spiritual awakening story because it could be related, it could also not be related.
Nothing's a coincidence, so.
But nothing's a coincidence, so that's why I'm always like, I'm gonna put this in here. One day I had a Slim Jim. I started the story talking about my mom, and then I went straight to
Every good story starts with the words, one day I had a Slim Jim. Continue.
And it's my story, because I'm the only one who starts like that. One day, let me have the setting. My dad picked me up from school, and he was running errands, and we stopped by a gas station. How old are you? And I got a Slim Jim. Middle school, probably 7th or 8th grade. Okay. 7th or 8th grade. It was fuzzy. 8th grade, I started working.
Were you going through puberty at this time?
Not my sexual awakening, okay?
No, but I think...
If you want to know some facts. Okay, you want to know if things are related. You're like, hey, does puberty have anything to do with spiritual awakening?
Sometimes it does.
It's a good theory.
People's, first level of spiritual awakening
if you consider puberty or ogling Jensen Ackles from Supernatural and drawing him on your ceiling to connect the dots.
Yes. I'm going to say some hormones were involved in that.
Myth not busted, totally proven, and it is all connected. But, so the thing I was going on about, probably going through puberty, it was in 7th or 8th grade. My dad was picking me up from school. He always ate on the go, so he wanted to stop by the gas station, and he was probably gonna go to work after he dropped me off at home. So he's like, "Oh, let's stop by here," and I was like, "Can I get I got a Slim Jim or whatever," and I ate it in the car. Instant regret.
Okay.
And so I was just like, ha ha ha. Cue in the relation to me being like body dysmorphia and not liking myself growing up. This is ADHD storytelling to the fucking max.
So you ate the Slim Jim.
So I had the Slim Jim. Okay, so the body dysmorphia. So it was a combination of like, God, this ain't feeling right. And I'm like, ugh. And I was like, ho 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 ho. what if I became vegetarian? And in my mind, I was like, you'll lose weight, bitch. But I didn't cuss it this time, so this is obviously a retell.
You didn't?
I didn't. I was a goody two-shoes. So I asked my dad, I'm like, if I became vegetarian spontaneously, because this is how Aries make their decisions, and then you commit to the bit because you can't admit you're too prideful to back out, and it's been 8 years. It was a very rash decision. I had no thought went into this decision, and this is my identity now. And now I'm vegan. And so I was like, Dad, would you support me if I became vegetarian? And he was a very frugal guy. And he said yes. And I was surprised. I was like, I guess I'll take advantage of this. Basically my childish mindset was like, hey, yo, all I have to do is commit to it. I'll lose weight. Everything else is paid for and done for. I don't have to organize shit. I told my siblings I was becoming vegetarian. And the person who was saying it, me, is the same person who wore trash bags when we ate ribs. Like, yeah, we were animals. But I also was the kind of kid that, like, because I had such self-esteem issues, when I was really young, before the self-esteem issues came in, this is probably what bred them, was I just was hungry for attention. So anything that got any sort of positive reinforcement that I liked, I just did extra of. And since they laughed at how much I would just eat ribs and they'd put a trash bag on me, I was like, oh, I'm getting attention. So I just did it more. So, like, in hindsight, I'm like, a kid naturally, innately will do whatever it is to fit in with the pack because they will not survive at a young age if they don't. And that's
we're we're bouncing things off of the people around us. Up to age 6, and learning who to be and how to become it.
And so that, like, we don't know we're being conditioned. But then, I like the taste of meat, whether someone told me to do it or not. I enjoyed it. And so when my siblings found out, they're like, I don't know which one said this. Someone was like, you won't last 2 weeks. And Aries in me was like, yeah, man, I'm going to prove them wrong. And then after 2 weeks, going back to meat. And that's all I was going to do. But then my pride just kept being on the line because as I was being vegetarian, my sister was like, if you're being vegetarian, you can't have gelatin. You can't do all of these things that I was like, great, now I have to fucking be precise. And then I was like, I'm just going to make it to the 2 weeks and then I'm going to quit. And then my dad kept me stocked up on food. And I started to feel bad that he was giving me special treatment when there was already sibling rivalry that I felt. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I want to quit, but I need an excuse, so I'm gonna eat all the food until I have the excuse to be like, oh, I ran out of food and I needed to eat, so I had to eat meat. I'm not vegetarian anymore, but never happened. So fortunately, my dad took care of me and took care of my needs. Good for him. He was a workaholic, so he wanted to provide. So
good for him.
Good for him. Good for me. Good for the animals, especially. They're the ones who really gain.
The cows are just like.
The cows are like, thank
you, thank you,
thank that man, whoever the fuck he is. I don't know, Jim Carrey, whoever it is. That's
your
not my father. I wish. I'd replace my real dad with him so fast.
Anybody would. Hello, Jim Carrey.
Own actions.
Our number one fan.
Jim Carrey, if you'd like to adopt
the
me.
real JC.
Jesus Christ! If you want to adopt me! Around that time, after I became vegetarian, it was very shortly after, and the reason why I know it was related is because I connected the Thanksgiving issue with November 11th, because
11/11.
Because it was 11/11, and my mom, my stepmom, but she's my mom, R.I.P., rest in peace, love you, couple weeks prior, in passing, mentioned OBE, and I was like, the fuck is that? OBE, but with a B, type of. And she's like, it stands for out of body experience. I was like, okay. I didn't have any questions or something. A couple weeks later, she's at home and she's sleepy, she's tired, she's overworked, and she's taking a nap, and it's like it's not even noon yet. This is how I know that the gates, the time
was it 11?
It was 11:11. Around 11 a.m. She was taking a nap, and I took a nap next to her, and the conditions were perfect because it was just her and I at home, and the husky that we had, and everyone was just comfortable, and the sun was shining into the window, and it was in like, I probably wore glasses at the time, so I could probably see dust in the fucking sunlight.
What a luxury.
Dust. What do you even breathe, bro? And I fall asleep. My eyelids are heavy. My eyelids are closed. And I see the ceiling better than my normal eyes can see. Mm-hmm. And the ceiling's right here. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's dawning on me, because I'm talking, but I feel my lips being closed. So I'm feeling my body but I'm seeing everything outside of it, and I am hearing myself, and I can feel myself talking while I can also feel myself not talking. So it's being everywhere at once. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, so that's where the claircognizance clicked. And I was like, I'm having an out-of-body experience. This is what my mom was mentioning. I was like, holy shit. Except no profanity, because I was goody.
Holy scat.
Unsubscribe. Just kidding.
Resubscribe.
Don't do that. So I'm like, I'm having an out-of-body experience. And when that washes over me, my back's because I saw the ceiling fan, it was like right in front of me, and when it dawned on me, all of a sudden I was looking at us taking the nap. So like, it's not like a camera panning. It's like the camera just changed to a different camera.
Were you scared at any point in time?
See, this is how it happened.
Okay.
So this is how it happened. I wasn't in fear because I was so excited. I was like, Mom, I'm having an out-of-body experience, and I kept obviously saying it. I was obviously saying it in my way. It was obvious. Yeah. And she wasn't reacting at all. Her body was not moving. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, and it wasn't dawning on me, the separation of my body not doing the thing. And like, I was technically watching it, but for some reason I thought she would be able to hear me. Yeah. And so I was like, Mom, I'm having an out-of-body experience. And then when I realized that she wasn't hearing me and nothing was changing, I started to get frustrated. And when I would get frustrated, I started lowering down into my body. Because it's a lower vibration. And this is what made me go down the rabbit hole afterwards, because I started doing research. But I was like, oh my God, it's working. I got excited. It's working. Shut back up to the fucking ceiling. This shit happened back and forth for I don't know how fucking long, because there's no time in that realm. Yeah. So I don't even know how long this happened. There is no long. It's just like an amount of times. So it was just that I'm excited, and then I get pushed up, and I'm fucking frustrated. And this happened enough to the point where I got so angry that I just plummeted in my body, and I once again, there was like one last time where I had said it in my mind and didn't realize I wasn't saying it. Like, I think I jolted because I was like, you know when you're dreaming and you're dreaming and you're ready to fucking wake up and you're like, I don't want to be in this dream anymore, and you try to force yourself to wake up. It's like, no, we have 5 more seconds of you witnessing this fucking thing, then you can fucking wake up. And you're like, I don't want to die, come on, please. And so you're like, and then you wake up and you're like they pry your eyes open and make you do that. And so like there was that kind of like, finally I'm in my body, and I was like, God fucking it. So I'm like I was trying to like hear with my actual body. And then I was like, Mom. And so like I could move my body again. I was like, Mom. And I like shoved her in, and she's like, I was like, Mom, I just had an out of body experience. She's like, that's nice, sweetie, and like rolls over, and I'm like, okay, throws the blankets off. She goes back to nap time, and I go in my closet.
Put on your lab coat.
I was about to say, I go in my closet because my laboratory. This is like my little lair. I have my desk in there. I'm not kidding you. That's where I wrote all my smut fanfic. And so
we'll get into that later. Trust me.
Once again, authentic. And so, but we have our phases. It's dawning on me. She's asked me if I went through puberty around this time, and I'm starting to see how it's all connected. I think the smut came afterwards, but I'm not entirely sure now.
Wait, where did the sky? Okay, so continue.
This is the same closet. Anyway, so I go down the rabbit hole, and I'm basically trying to figure out what the fuck happened. I'm using out of body experience, and it's connected to astral projection. And so I started getting into the overlap is like, if we have the 3 circle grid, they're all kind of the same thing, different names. OBE, astral projection, and near-death experiences. Mm-hmm. And I had gotten deep into the near-death experiences. A lot of the question that it was boiling down to is, how are you going to tell me that I didn't experience what I just experienced? Yeah. But how am I going to tell someone that their near-death experience is something that they didn't experience? So what I was trying to do is I started pulling up every single story where someone was talking about their own experience, the near-death experiences, and the mediums, and so there would be people who were like, I had a near-death experience and I saw Jesus. Yeah. So I know Jesus is real. And they're like, okay, well, I had a near-death experience. I saw my family, blah, blah, blah. Or I had a near-death experience and I saw the Hindu god. And it's like, how are you going to tell them that what they saw is not what happened? Yeah. You can't. You weren't there. Yeah. And so I was like, so how can I, like, obviously, this is their truth. How can I bring up the science that supports all of them? Because that's the belief system that I want. Because I need fucking answers. And I don't care what it takes. And so I'm 15 years old, and I was able to ask these complicated questions. And so a lot of what happened is that when I was comparing the information with mediums, I was learning, everything's energy and vibration. And in my research, when you expose yourself to things, you start attracting things if you're thinking about it a lot. And I was obsessed. So I started getting sleep paralysis. And so, like, pause on that, because I'll go on a tangent for that. But as I was researching, the mediums were talking about, well, if you're potentially dying, what happens when you die? Basically, I was like, okay, near-death experiences, what actually happens when you die? The mediums are like, you go into the astral realm, and there's many dimensions, so you have to feel safe enough to pass on to the higher dimensions, because the dimension we're in is pretty low vibration. But if you're afraid when you die, that's how you become a trapped low vibrational soul, the paranormal. If you're stuck in fear, you have unfinished business, which is basically attachments and not being in flow state, not allowing things to happen. And people can get so trapped in their mind and their experiences, especially if they've been conditioned their whole life to believe like there's one true religion, especially. And then basically any sort of belief system that makes you fear death, it doesn't liberate you.
You're going to hell.
And you're like, oh shit, I don't want to fucking move on.
And it's like the worst thing that could happen.
Literally, like they want
death
you to
isn't
fear
natural.
A lot, fucking precisely, right? And so, the mediums are like, if you are in a low vibrational state, you can't move on. So you have a spirit team, spirit guides, people that you chose before you were born, to support you during your life journey. But also, whether it's them or whether you know them, a lot of times it's not you. It's like it could be a spirit guide that meets you. If you're obviously like us and we talk to them and we get to know them.
Yeah.
But many people who are just like live their life like an atheist or something like that will literally, their family will meet them, because you have to have something familiar, something that feels like home, or something of comfort to get you in that vibration, and you're actually escorted to the other dimensions. And so they're like, of course you're gonna be met by Jesus or the Hindu God or whoever you relied on in a because those figures are real. They've all existed. They're all real. So I'm doing the research, and I'm like, that makes sense. So everything's low and high vibration. Well, then I get into what is paranormal. And in my research, of course, I'm spooked. I'm a little spooked. Because I'm like, if I fuck with this too much, is there going to be a problem? Law of attraction plays a big key. And this is why, because I became a prime experiment. Because I started to become afraid of my research, I started to get sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is similar to astral projection, except that you're basically frozen in fear. Even if you wanted to move, because there's that point where there's always that point where you're like, I want out of this, and you don't want it to happen. And you're trying, which is obviously why you're paralyzed. And what happens is the low vibrational beings feed off of low vibrational energy. Since energy has to be transferred, and they're not only feeling their own fear, but they invoke fear to continue that cycle, because there has to be a conduit, right? And so I was getting sleep paralysis because I was afraid of it. You know what helped me? I did research, again, to try to sedate it, and I was like, how could I do this? And it was like, if you're truly in danger, animals can tell when their spirit's around. And I had a dog, and he slept with me. And so I was like, oh, I'll just fall asleep watching my dog, and if his body language indicates that there's danger, then I'll be aware, but I don't have to be on guard. So I finally felt safe, and I never had it again. I had it when I was a kid. I remember having it when I was 5 years old. Like, I remember a tarantula crawling at me. But, I remember, a time when I first got my dog that I had a sleep paralysis, which was a black cat that came up to me and, purred. Which is really weird, because I'm not scared of cats, but there was a certain malice behind it. And so I was like,
Because it's not the thing, it's the energy.
It's definitely not the representation. It's definitely the energy. As a kid, I probably was really afraid of spiders or something. I was like, get the fuck out of me. Oh, it is the idea of, I think, feeling violated, like having a spider on you, And so I was like, but I never had it again after that. And so I was like, whatever you believe is what it is. That's why people are like, I believe in God. I see God with my near-death experience. I believe in my family were real. I'm an atheist. I saw them when I almost died. the thing that I was able to prove, the consistent denominator, was whatever the person believed was going to happen is what happened. Whatever you basically put your mind energy towards attracted it. And then the fact that out of body experience was mentioned to me just before I had it, I asked people, I was like, why would that have happened? Other spiritual people, and they're like, well, probably it was mentioned to you, and you probably just had an openness or a willingness, and then
especially when it's your first exposure to it.
Yeah, and you're just like, huh, like you're truly
like
curious,
interesting,
truly curious. And I tried to do it. I tried to astral project before because I did, like, part of my tangent was that started to go into lucid dreaming, and I can't do astral projection. Like, I've never been able to do it since then. I often think, I'm like, I wonder if my spirit guides plucked me out of my body, or if it was my higher self fucking with things. I wonder if there's, like, some time loop where a future me was like, now. And, like, I wonder so much. And I wonder if, like, that's in my contract in this life. That that was the catalyst that was supposed to happen. And sometimes, like, when I get to a point in my astrology, I'm definitely going to revert, like, I'm going to look at my past in order to figure out how to predict the future. But... So I started to, like, try the lucid dreaming and stuff, and I started implementing what I learned about sleep paralysis and dreams because it was the same concept. Mm-hmm. I would catch myself in a nightmare, and then I would become lucid, and I'm like, oh, I remember having, you know those nightmares where you're, like, late to work, and it's, like, the worst shit ever. Like, you're like, oh, God, embarrassment, I'm not wearing pants, and all this shit. I had, like, one of those, and I was, like, facing the wine aisle, and the whole aisle fell on me. And so, like, I was covered in glass, but basically what happened is I was pushed through the floor into, like, an underground sewer, and I was being chased by hounds all of a sudden. So I'm running, and then I had the epiphany because I'm like, the lucid part, when you're in danger in the dream, you're like, what is the thing that I can do to get out of this? Yeah. So there's a part of you that becomes realistic. Yeah. And then there's a part of me that was like, that remembered all of the knowledge hit at the same time. Mm-hmm. And like, my daytime knowledge was like, oh, this isn't realistic. Like, you want me to do something realistic, but I'm not, why would I be chased by hounds? Mm-hmm. So it made sense, and I turned around because what I was learning was they're attracted to fear, and I wanted to do this experiment of potentially dissolving the dream by facing it with love. Mm. So I turned around and I said, I love you, and I just started speaking love to it, and the dream dissolved. And so I was like, ah.
Oh, so love doesn't conquer all? Whoever says that is fucking lying.
Whoever says whoever says that is going to experience that. Because whatever you put your energy towards is exactly what's going to happen. And so I was like, oh. Because and so anytime that I become lucid, because nowadays if I become lucid, it's like, oh, I want to play in my dream now. Mm-hmm. And I get to a point, like I had a spurt where I was like, oh, I'm lucid. And then I was like, oh, thank fuck, because I'm going to fly the fuck out of this dream. I'm not interested anymore. And I go to do it, but there's this one little shred of doubt because there's this moment of like, this is the only thing I can rely on. And if I can't fly, I'm stuck dealing with the fucking figures in this dream that I don't want to deal with. Yeah. And then I can't fly. Whatever you expect to happen in your dream will happen. You can't control the dream. You're supposed to witness it. And because your dream is still explaining things to you. If you have that shred of doubt, it's because I have doubt in real life. Yeah. It's still because I'm processing, like, your dreams are processing emotions. And in the science, this is backed up by science because when they're when they explain what's happening, your brain is cleansing in sleep and it's processing the emotional shit that you didn't do during the day. To try to reset you. And so I was starting to realize, and so I got to a point in my lucid dreams where once I was waking up and getting frustrated enough to be like, I can't fly when I'm lucid, and I was getting like angry about it. So now when I become lucid, I'm like, I don't doubt it at all. I'm like, I'm lucid, I'm flying the fuck out of this bitch, and then whoo, and I go straight to the sky, like, yeah. So I think of it in the most aggressive way possible now. And so it's very clear that I've become lucid, but if some interesting shit happens, I could become not lucid again. Yeah. Like, I go back and getting stuck in the dream. Yeah. So, like, the only time that I could really keep lucidity is when you practice enough willpower in real life to focus your shit to the point where you're like, even in a dream, you're like, I'm fucking aware, and, like, I fucking know it. Like, you have to be bombarding you have to be, like, waterboarding spiritual awakening all the time. You have to be like, oh, I know, the Matrix is not real. Literally. It's so
interesting that your spiritual awakening was tied to, like, astral projection and lucid dreaming. And
because I feel like, so if I have a theory that, like, you know, reincarnation, I believe in that, and I believe that like, in order for us to develop our highest potential, we choose as many lives as we need to have experiences and keep, like, we just keep putting that into our soul. That's what our higher self is. Like, we can't fit in this body. There's more of us. And so we pick up where we left off. And in my astrology, I was an academic in my past life. It shows in my south node, which is what I've mastered, being Capricorn, which is ambitious. It was in the 9th house, which is higher education and, like, philosophy. So I had been a scholar of some sort. And then when somebody else had a flashback of a past life, because I don't know my own past lives, I decipher shit. Basically, they were like, "Oh, you were an herbalist or something like that," and I was like, "That explains the Virgo moon, because that also explains past life stuff. The moon is not what you mastered, but who you were. It was the you." And so I feel like sometimes it could have been the sun sign in the previous life or something like that. And I think it's interesting because some people's moons align with their sun, which is their life path and their destiny. And sometimes it's super uncomfortable, like mine. Like, my Virgo and Aries have nothing in common.
Yeah.
And so my emotions, I feel like, don't ever fit in with reality. In astrology, basically I was a scholar, and this definitely clicked with me when I was bitching about my North Node, because the North Node is the area of discomfort, because it's the opposite of what you've mastered.
Virgo.
Sorry. You're like, especially because her sun is in Pisces, so she's like, why would you force me to do this? The North Node is the head of the dragon. So they say head of the dragon. South Node is the tail, but it's really the mouth and the belly, because the hunger comes from your comfort zone, but you can never feed it unless you exit your comfort zone to go really see how much potential you have. Then you're like, oh shit, I have all this better shit to add to this. Now I see both sides. Now I see the value of both, and now I can exponentially increase them. So now I'm at the point where I'm just like, well, if I'm trying to use astrology to find answers and to comfort myself, then I'm willing to test out every astrological theory and all the different kinds of astrologies. So I've been in the Western astrology, but I started looking into the Vedic astrology or the Eastern astrology in India, and it's comforting more than the Western stuff. So I'm like, fuck.
Oh, is it?
It is. It's in the Vedic astrology. They have special constellations, which I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I want to attempt to do it that injustice because I can't. It started with an N, probably had AKA in it, and so, also known as a constellation that doesn't exist in the Western astrology. That was the thing that made me feel the most seen and heard. And I just read this a couple of days ago because I was like, you know what? I want to see what happens if I get a free Vedic astrology report, because I went to a site and I scrolled down and it told me of just like what the interpretation of this one constellation was. You know how it described the appearance? Because the Taurus appearance, just as the ascendant, was like, oh, you have a chubby face. I'm like,
ain't no chub on that face.
And I asked her, and she's like, and I'm like, bitch, Barry, I look malnourished as shit. Like, it's easy to test astrology when it's like the tangible shit like that. And I'm like, from someone unbiased, what do you think? Like, you know, people think they're 10 times more attractive when they look in the mirror. So, like, you know, you be honest with me. And so she's like, bitch, you ugly, you always have been. So we were like, I don't know how I feel about the Vedic astrology. And then I'm reading this on my own time, and it says, it started to say, the people born under this constellation have a love for finer art and have a life that is geared towards pleasure. So it had something to do with Taurus a little bit. That wasn't the thing that made me feel validated. The clear evidence was when it said the people born under this sign have sharp facial features. And I was like, that's the accurate description.
So what?
Because look at this fucking nose. I could stab someone's eye out with this bullshit. I could cut someone with my chin. Like, but yeah, so I was like, oh shit, this makes sense.
So it's an extra constellation.
It's an extra constellation. And
so or how did it impact your chart exactly?
So I like so I was also processing emotional things because I've been doing other growth lately, and I think that was that day where I was like, do you still love me? I was like,
that was yesterday.
I'm PMSing. Was that yesterday? Yeah. It hasn't been long, guys, okay? I haven't really had time to research this. So to answer your question, I don't know, but I'm curious and I'd love to find out because do you want to kind of run some statistics on you? And then my life would have
What are you manifesting in 2025?
Yeah, that was gonna be the fucking topic, wasn't
The
it?
topics found us today, Scat.
So the topic. The first thing I'm manifesting is letting everything that happened this year to fucking stay in this year. I'm not bringing that shit.
What happens in 2024 stays in 2024.
What I'm manifesting for 2025 is I've been so dead inside that I'm allowing myself.
So you're manifesting a therapist?
I already have that. I have all the resources, and so like I'm so grateful. I have all these opportunities. I'm working on my mental health, and the universe is majorly supporting me, and so I'm like, what the fuck? I'm still the problem. Everything else could be fixed, but I gotta do something with me. My manifestation, my goal is to be my most vibrant, energetic self, and to chase every single goal that I want and have, and to be consistent, and to fucking finish the things that I start, because that's an Aries weakness.
You hear that microphone?
And so it's set in stone now, because y'all gonna witness this. And so
Set in microphone.
Set in
We call this magic mic. You set your intentions, and the microphone makes it come true.
It makes it calm. It makes it calm. This constellation that they're talking about, it's not that the name of the constellation that I was in was called this. It's that the name of this part of astrology is the same.
Okay.
And so it says you are from a constellation that is symbolized by the golden armored, horse-headed twins. Nothing of the regular zodiac, by the way.
Badass. Continue.
Still cool though. Born through the union of sun god and consciousness. Okay? Thereby representing prana, or life force.
Yes.
Chi, basically.
Yes.
I'm getting goosebumps, right? This nakshatra, I think is how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Because that's how I read it in mine. I was like, okay. So this is what they call this part of the astrology. As it spans 0 to 13.2 degrees in Aries, epitomizes the initiation of things and gives a person the vitality required to begin any work. You will be bestowed with energy which is akin to that of a running horse, and you will find yourself striving for balance in duality, because in Vedic astrology you have the Libra ascendant.
Duality is really big for me.
And this is starting to hit.
And this is solar plexus energy, which is not the one that I've had maybe it's the chakra that I've had the longest
open
issues with.
Issues with?
Yeah.
In your human design, is it open?
I can't remember.
But the distinctive facial features. This constellation gives one a youthful appearance.
I don't know.
You were like, oh, I have chubby cheeks.
I do.
The fullness in the cheeks is always associated with youth. That's why I'm like, I don't look young. She's older than me.
I'm just a baby.
She's just a baby.
These forehead wrinkles would say otherwise, but I'm just a baby.
Bitch Barry, you want to see forehead wrinkles?
Well, I just got them, so they're new. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I am ageless.
Yes. You would appear younger than your actual age.
People say I look older than I am. Do I look younger than my age? I don't think I do. I think I look my age.
I think you look healthy, but the thing is, like, literally, I look sickly. Like, I look...
No, you don't?
No, because I have bags under my eyes. I look like I've seen some shit. Okay, so people from this constellation are usually charming, have a beautiful face, yeah, big, bright eyes.
I thought you say boobies.
They're bright boobies, man. They fucking blind you.
Not
that I would know. And a broad forehead. Do you feel like you have a broad forehead? You're complaining about your wrinkles.
It's normal.
You're like, there's too much face.
There's not a ton of surface area.
Plus, as a person with tremendous energy, confidence, and courage, you will be popular in your social circle. Affirmed. Only I'm allowed to decide that, because you are not your social circle.
This sounds like my best self is what's being described.
What you're growing into.
Yeah, because I feel like you're describing like the healed version of myself.
Okay, that's what makes sense, because when I read mine, which hopefully is still pulled up, but those constellations have their own rulership, because Venus does not rule Leo, but it rules this constellation, which bestows one with appreciation for relationships, beauty, and luxury. Mm-hmm. And those are all things that make me uncomfortable. So the idea of you being like, I don't know if I resonate with that, but I feel like the healed version of me would.
Yeah, that's like shit that I'm working on and stepping into.
And I'm like, ew, relationships. I don't want to be vulnerable. And I'm like, ew, beauty. That makes me feel shallow. Blah blah blah. And then I'm like, fucking luxury. Like I chose to live in my van because I was trying to do that Buddhist thing where I'm walking of like minimalist, and they say the middle path is what it is, having just enough. So the idea of luxury is like, what is luxury though? I don't want to be excessive. I'm the youngest of all my siblings. My dad retired and he got a big ass house, and I was a spoiled brat. I had all these toys, but I was throwing tantrums because I wanted people. I wanted relationships.
Yeah.
I didn't want the void to fill. I didn't want things. And so I've never really liked things. And so it's interesting because I'm like, everything that you see here, I do not mind if I became homeless again, and because I know how to be in adventure mode. Mm-hmm. And so like that's kind of like I'm hoping I grow into it, and I feel like the only real reason for me to enjoy beauty and luxury is it can't be for my own pleasure. It has to be shared pleasure. Like that's why I'm like, yes, let's do it at my place because I've decorated and I want to show it off. Like I want you to see it. I want like us to enjoy it. But what heals me is that these are my shadow sides. These are things that I technically like, but I haven't allowed myself to like just for me. So I don't know if I agree with this. This constellation gives a person good looks, a magnetic personality, and sharp facial features. It was the sharp facial features. I was like,
all of it's true. Stop.
She's like, you're making it weird. She's like, I shouldn't have said anything.
I take it back.
It's April
Takes
Fool's.
these backsies.
Takes these backsies. Joke's on you. Did it die?
I think it did.
Damn.
What's under my... Oh. I was like, what's in my armpit? My camera battery. I'll do it later. Alright.
And, like, this would align with both my Western astrology and my...
What the fuck am I doing?
Drink your fucking ginger ale.
First of all, didn't finish the ginger ale. Second of all, didn't take the cap off the wine. Okay, go ahead.
You just mix it. I would probably taste pretty good.
No.
Yeah, chug, burp. And then, you gotta say burp scat into the mic.
I don't burp.
She's a lady. She doesn't...
I'm demure.
On a different episode, I do want to practice synastry and composite charts, which is comparing people for compatibility. You know what I mean? Especially because I just had my heart broken, and I'd like to be able to see that shit from 16 miles away, so it doesn't happen again. So, I'll be using my personal experience as an experiment. And so the theory that you propose of like, we're
about to ring in the new year,
About
y'all.
to grow into it. Oh shit, we don't... It's new! Fucking drink!
Happy New Year!
Chug, bitch. Is it actually good? Does it taste like peanut butter? Does it taste coconut?
I can't taste much of anything. But I'm congested, so...
So is there pineapple or... I don't remember.
No, it's just penis.
The part of the colada that I don't like is the peanut. And so...
The peanut?
Bro, it's midnight. You're delirious. I've been sipping on wine.
It's way past my bedtime, folks.
And I always act like this, so I have no excuse really.
Bite the top off and then dump it in your mouth.
Just suck it out. It wasn't big enough.
Slurp it out. That shit ain't right. It's unnatural.
How are we gonna split this other one?
It's literally a bottle of it.
How are we gonna split that? Are we just gonna literally try to like break it at the same time and just be like, oh, no. That's gonna turn into a hot lesbian mess. You already know that. We're gonna be spilling, and this is gonna get stained. Like, our clothes are gonna be ruined.
Scat everywhere.
And then this is gonna be for special members only.
Yeah, this is a members only thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Swallow. Don't chew. Just swallow. So.
It's not a podcast. It's a peanut cast.
It's. I confirm that. What am I manifesting in 2025?
Don't say it. Don't. Not after what we just did. I feel the energy. You were about to just drop a fucking punchline on that. I know. Scat. Stop it. Seriously.
You're gonna make me cry. I can't hold it.
I'm not kink shaming you, but
it's
that
compulsive.
That is, bitches. This is how we seal the spell. What did you actually manifest, bro? Choose something for real.
Prosperity and abundance.
Right? I'm gonna bite it. It's gonna fall in your mouth. You're probably gonna choke. This is gravity.
You're gonna baby bird it to me.
I'm not gonna cough in here.
If you cough,
I'm not gonna mess this up.
Project that into my esophagus. I will die.
How did this happen?
You have literal
I
scat.
shit myself.
You have scat.
It's already begun. The curse, the disease, it's spreading. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We need to stop laughing because we will choke and die.
This is life or death.
Okay, I'm gonna be. I know I told you to make the turtle noises, but now you're asking for me to fuck this up. Here you want. Oh no.
This has been so beautifully unhinged. Anyone who knows us, this is exactly what they would have expected to happen. So I assume
it's a good year.
2025 is going to hold more podcast episodes. Subscribe for more chocolate. Good times. Astrology.
Nerds.
Nerding out on shit.
Geeking out on shit.
Being fucking weird. So that was I don't even know if I could call that a podcast at this point. That was...
What is the definition of a podcast?
I have no fucking
This cast has been potted, bro.
Yep.
Are
I'm
you a
cat.
fucking... That's what I'm... You fucking cat.
We don't know how to drink wine.
Just like, yeah, man, we're adults.
Welcome to the Scatosphere.
Let me suck my own titty.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey, let's get that on camera.
Don't take the scat off of your shirt.
No. Everything should always be out of context. That's my motto. That's why I'm like...
Context? What's that for?
I'm like, there was barbecue sauce on my titties. Did you just crack your fucking elbow right in front of my salad?
In front of your salad?
My scatlet. My scatlet. Obviously. Doesn't
I'm
it
not
look like
sure.
I'm eating turds right now? This is an
very
advertisement.
well-shaped.
This is an advertisement.
That's an unhealthy
Shizzle.
scat. I don't know what animal that rectangular shit
I don't
came
know.
from.
Minecraft.
It's the Minecraft nerds.
Roblox.
So I'm like seeing this guy, he's really into Minecraft. And he also knows I'm really into scat.
Yeah.
He made me a 3D edible rectangular scat.
Could use more scat.
Yeah, but where's the scat, babe? Do you even love me?
What's wrong, baby? You haven't even touched your scat.
What's wrong, babe? You're choking on your scat.
The acting.
You've barely even gagged on your scat. Finger licking scat.
I already know.
You're locked into some finger licking scat now.
Finger licking good. I'm over here with scat play.
I had jelly stuck to my boobie. And now you have scat on
We
yours.
match.
Oh my god!
Tit punch. We need a buzzer. Wrong.
I do need like a soundboard.
I'm gonna make it right now. I am
That's
the
a
soundboard.
good combo.
Pull
Dude.
my
I don't know
finger.
what you're talking about.
I am the soundboard. Oh, that was wrong.
Is that the Michael Jackson function?
What sound does a dog make?
Which dog?
What?
That one, did you feel my finger leave my body?
Like an out of body.
I'm also
my finger,
so
my
clearly.
middle finger astral projected so far up their ass
Astral
that they have
projected.
scat. They have scat fetish now. You know, it is the astral realm, so you have to.
The
It's the
astral.
astral.
Also known as the sphincter.
A different dimension entirely. One I'm not familiar with. As I eat my square scat. These liquor
At
chocolates.
midnight. Liquor, I barely
Oh.
liquor.
It's a disease. I think that you need an intervention.
It is
I'm sorry.
compulsive.
You
Liquor,
have,
liquor,
you
liquor,
have,
liquor.
I hardly know her. I hardly know her. It's like, honey,
Scat, scat,
I'm
scat,
sorry,
scat.
but I think. Are you Mickey?
I'm Mickey Scat.
So my spiritual awakening. We're not making-
Mickey the Scat Mouse.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
I'm sober. Is Dick's ball still a thing? You know what I'm talking about?
Dick, if you only have one ball, I'm so sorry.
Comment below if your name's Dick and you have one ball.
You don't want her. If you want her, you have bad taste. I'm just kidding.
She's full of scat. That girl, she's full of scat.
If you're into scat, you're a match made in heaven.
I'm just out here looking for my
I'm
scat
looking
daddy.
for a sugar daddy with a boat. I repeat. If you have a son, that's fine too.
I'm looking for a man in finance.
That's so big.
Brown eyes, scat fetish.
And it's a ramen commercial, and this guy takes a ramen packet and just flips it in the air, lands in his hand, karate chops that bitch, snorts a line of the seasoning, pours boiling water in his fucking mouth straight out the fucking pot. I don't even know where the noodles went. He just fucking cracked them. I don't even think he ate the noodles.
That
He
makes
just-
me so happy.
America take the best
See,
parts
we've
of
spent
everything
so
else.
many years hiding how unhinged we are as human beings that, like...
And that's how we fail. I want everyone to know that
You too can be unhinged.
you too can be anything you want as long as you're not murdering people and there's like severe consequences and all this shit.
When you don't understand.
As long as you're respectful, feel your shit. Have compassion for yourself. Stop shaming yourself.
Tickle your scat. I think you can tell that we are Gen Z.
Hey, we were definitely deeply impacted by media.
I've
definitely stopped watching media, but I'm like, I have enough to sustain me for the rest of my life.
You can stop watching because you fucking soaked up so much of it.
50% of my brain capacity is references.
50% of my brain capacity is the George Lopez fucking theme song.
You're like a lot of just
and then jumping through the air.
They should have just made the whole show people on trampolines, honestly.
I'd watch that shit.
That was the day, man. A couple tricks here and there, break their neck or something.
And that's when the views spike.
And that's the season finales usually. Did they live? Did they not?
Wake up at 3 a.m. You crack an eye open. And George Lopez just have his spine hanging out of his back. And you're like, oh, I missed it.
Full body cast because he's paralyzed.
It's the best episode.
God damn it, the season finale. Fuck.
I slept through it.
Now I have to wait till next year to know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Tan so long you become sun bleached like SpongeBob.
I know that episode. He's like, oh my god, he's
sun
instead of being tan, he's like the most palest motherfucker. And he's like, he's achieved maximum, so he's like praised and worship. We were talking about a buffet the other day. You're like, hey, have you ever this buffet?
Did I ask you about a buffet?
You did. You did because there was a part of me that was like, oh, you said the casino buffet.
Oh, the casino buffet.
She's like, have you ever eaten
Shit's
there?
fire.
And
Shit's fire.
I was like, no.
The fuck, I don't even know what the casino's called.
There's a couple. There's the Horseshoe.
Ameristar. Ameristar Casino fucking buffet.
That's the one where when I was 5 or 6, I went to it in a daycare. And, and my mom gambled all her money and couldn't afford to pay for me to get out. And I don't know why they're running it like a restaurant where you pay after you get your service, but that's a bad idea.
You can't get your kid.
Like literally, my oldest brother had to bail her out. That was so bad.
This is the most tragic.
This is why none of my parents are.
You were telling me the story, and I was like,
You're like, they should not be enabling gambling parents. This is who puts a daycare.
Daycare at a fucking casino. So long.
I'm high on life.
Man. I'm high on her energy.
Yeah, you could snort me like a line.
What was on your table though?
Yeah. So what's your name?
What was on your table that is now on my phone?
What the fuck is on your phone?
Touch it.
Where?
I touched it. Right there. Touch it.
I see it. I don't want to touch
it. I touched it. You have to touch it now too.
Ah! I don't like that. Sex? Yes, please.
Are you
say other, and I'm very offended.
I had to get it. Oh, it's 11:11 now.
I wish she did not rub that on my.
It's your mystery goop
paper. It's not my mystery goop. It's
I can
mystery.
See it.
The only thing that's mine is the table.
Do you see it? Wait.
You. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Everything's fine.
I mean, I don't know what
You're not sorry, and I know that for a fact.
I ate dinner over here, but I had.
You didn't have lube.
I had vegan
lube and Cheerios for dinner.
I got Rice Krispies, the best I can do.
You didn't have Cheerios.
Oh, the fucking O-face. That's
I got an itch I can't scratch.
That's the real voice.
This is the real me.
Her throbbing member.
Her throbbing clam.
Oh my god.
So you had a spiritual awakening.
Oh my god. I did. Didn't I? It was so long ago. Obviously, some shit has happened since then, and I'm ranting about it.
A lot has happened since the last time we brought up the spiritual.
Also, that was, as I said, 6 seasons ago.
There's a whole lot of scat that went down.
This is why I can't continue the story. She's always talking about some shit, and then I had to pretend like I didn't hear it.
I'm not talking about shit. I'm talking about scat.
What is a synonym if not scat and shit? My fucking shit. You're gonna attract weirdos. So many
Where's my brown-eyed?
Where's my brown everything?
My brown-eyed scat daddy.
It's
my scat daddy with the brown eye.
It'd be like, hey baby girl, my eyes weren't always brown.
We maxed out the allotted time.
For the video?
Yes. They don't want us to record anymore.
We have an hour and a half. That was halfway through it.
I was like, oh my god, an hour, and we're probably almost done. Like, this is so great. And then
she forgot who she was talking to.
It's been 3.5 hours.
Because I was like, yeah, I could literally talk forever. And I don't know why that crossed my mind, but I was like,
And then
I'm not worried about the podcast. I don't need a prompt. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm great at winging shit. Which is why you get all the random side tangents. Because, like, it might be related, might not be related, but this is the content that you're getting, and you can unsubscribe, but also subscribe.
But stop telling them that they have
But
the option.
only...
You're locked in for life.
And I will tickle your toes. Scat not included. That costs extra.
New year, new me. Who dis?
New year, new me also, so reintroduction.
My hand's moist because I'm a fish. So what?
Aries is very dry. So
we didn't introduce ourselves, but you can...
We also didn't.
Yeah, you can out-introduce yourself.
Oh.
So
Goodbye,
out-introduce
everyone.
No, that's
No,
not how that works.
You didn't even let me finish. Goodbye, world.
Goodbye, cruel world. Flies away, realize we're in one of your dreams.
That's how I exit every uncomfortable situation. Goodbye, everyone. I don't know if I want to say my real name or if I want to just say
You
my
can
business.
say whatever you want.
I'm the paper. I go by June. You can call me June.
Okay.
No way.
Well, you don't have to give me your address. It's just like, hey,
like my full name?
Whatever
Like
you want.
I'm Juniper. June is short for Juniper. I'm not professional at all. This is how my readings go too. I'm great at what I do. I love what I do. But you're gonna get the real me every single time, and unfortunately I don't have a filter because that makes life not worth living.
That's why
I will quickly apologize for
That's
anything.
why we started this podcast here, because this is something I want to be very authentic and very raw and very real. And that's kind of exactly what happened here
And if
tonight.
this wasn't raw dogged, I don't know what it
Yeah,
is. Like...
there was a little bit of lube, but it was on the table. It was not being used. So on that note, thanks for, I don't even know, being here.
Thanks for
existing.
Thanks for letting us waste your time. That's how I feel.
I don't even, I guess I'm like,
we're gonna find out if your time was wasted or not.
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just throwing scat at the wall and hoping something
like noodles
forms Jesus's face.
Noodle divination. Scat divination.
I'm doing scat divination on the walls and just hoping that some
Noodle-mancy.
divine fucking miracle comes through and people actually enjoy this shit. This is a Midwestern outro.
It unfortunately is. She decided to say goodbye. The only way for me to actually leave is to literally fucking leave.
June, everybody.
Bananas.
Thanks for watching. It's the worst outro known to man.
Speak your affirmations, man.
Come.
Scat. 2, 3. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Cheesy, and get the rest out of that.